that there might very well be a lockout. Now, the interesting thing is that Rob Manfred, who's the commissioner, of course, this would be his first ever big-time negotiation as a commissioner. Now, most people look at that and say, hey, novice commissioner, blah, blah, blah. But don't forget that Rob Manfred was the lead negotiator for baseball for the last 3 agreements. So they got the right people in place.
He got the job because he's been around for a long time, and he gets what the owners want. And the owners always want one thing. It's always to be able to control escalating costs.
Well, there's something else, too, that I didn't know about till I read it.
Okay.
One of the biggest issues to the owners, and the players are against it, is the fact that the owners want an international draft. The players' union is against that. They do not want an international draft. Now,
probably to protect the American players. And then, that's what I'm thinking.
So why not just add 3 rounds? Like, to me, I mean, baseball, unlike every other sport, a guy that's picked in the 17th round largely has as good a chance of making it as the guy in the 3rd or 4th round. It's the nature of baseball, right?
Yep.
So if you're afraid of the international players coming via draft as opposed to, bidding for them and whatnot, just add 3 or 4 rounds to the draft. It's already 20 rounds, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, I'm still wondering what the issue is from the MLB PA standpoint. This is the first I've really actually heard of that.
I didn't know about it either. I just read about it.
I just need to dig deeper into understanding why the MLB PA would be against that.
The other issue, and again, this gets complicated. I don't fully understand it either.
Right.
The other issue is that the owners have offered the players that they would eliminate what they call direct draft pick compensation free agency in exchange for having this international draft. Now, I'm not going to tell you I know what the hell that means because I've read it. I kind of get it, but I can't explain it well.
An international draft, when I'm not even reading into this, I'm just trying to think how I think it impacts this whole thing, would be because you are controlling the costs of international players and not having to pay them big free agent money to come here.
Now,
because the more free agent money that you're paying to these guys obviously drives up the cost of doing business with everybody else that becomes a free agent. That's what I would think.
So they're trying to make trades. Like apparently, the players, there's an issue about the drug testing policies, and you're like, well, if we change that, you're going to give us this. So it's a lot of
the open international form of the market right now is free agency. So those players are making more money, which then drives up the cost of everybody else's salary from a player standpoint. If they do a draft and it becomes more rigid, I'm sure that there are cost controls that are associated with it that would benefit the owners. That's what I would think would be the case.
It's somewhat convoluted, but it's going to rear its ugly head because they're trying to trade one for the other. So they're not negotiating each one of these things in its own little vacuum. They're saying, hey, listen, if you want to make a change to the way draft pick compensation's done, we want some leniency on drug testing. If you want,
well, here you go,
and back and forth.
Here you go. All right, so I'm reading from an article. Maybe though many players remember how amazing those large international free agent contracts and bonuses were, and how much they improved their own lives, and they want others to have that chance. Or MLB just isn't giving the MLBPA enough in return to justify this massive switch.